This woman is unacceptable. If you guys do not know, I'm currently working for Transport Canada. Okay, I work in the Marine Division, in which I run the safety equipment to transport people from one location on the sea to Victoria Island. Okay, basically I help transport people across the ocean, and long story short, I run the safety equipment, right? But the emergency safety equipment only has to be used in an emergency, and ideally we don't have an emergency. Okay, like ideally we do not have an emergency. Okay, chat? Like if everything goes right, I do nothing for my day. And the bosses know that. So the bosses are just like, hey, okay, since you're literally doing nothing on this boat, okay, we're gonna give you like a daily assigned task. Something nice, something easy, something that you just putter with, but like something that, like, you know, you can like help us out with. And this day, they decided, it's like, okay, you're gonna monitor the toilets every 20 minutes. And if the toilets are like dirty or anything like that, then you go ahead and you clean them, okay? We're gonna give you the assigned title of Cleaner A. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I get to chill on my ass for 20 minutes, do a 5-minute walk around, and if a toilet's dirty, go pop, and be done with it. No big deal, right? I'm being paid $50 an hour to do it. Who gives a shit, right? Literally, who gives a shit, okay? So I go ahead and I'm doing that job, right? And all of a sudden, I walk out, okay? And I start heading towards one of my toilets, right? And it's the PRA toilet. If you don't know what PRA is, that's the Canadian way of saying disabled toilet, okay? It's person requiring assistance, PRA, okay? In Canada, we say that instead of saying disabled people, because like you don't have to be disabled to require assistance, right? Like you could have just like there might be a situation in your life that causes you to not be able to use a normal stall. We don't want to say it's the disabled one. It's kind of discriminatory. So we say person requiring assistance. Okay. So I start walking towards this PRA bathroom, and I look to my left, and this, to give her the best description I can, slightly overweight. I'd say around about 200 pounds. Okay. In her like mid 50s, mid 60s. Okay. Very short, maybe about like 5'2", Native American lady. Okay. Fails. She just fails hard. She goes to put like change into like the vending machine, and her wallet like flips over and just drops all of her change. Like just drops all of her change on the floor. And I'm sorry, but I snickered at that. I looked over, I saw it happen. I'm just like, okay. I snickered at that because like you see her bend over and she's having to pick up the change one by one. It is objectively funny. Okay, it was objectively funny. So whatchamacallit, I go ahead and I go into the PRA bathroom, which can be used by any gender, right? I go in there, it's clean. Whatchamacallit, I give the sink a quick little wipe because like it was a little bit wet, but it's a clean bathroom, right? I walk out and I walk it into the men's room, right? And the men has like 20 bathrooms in it, right? So it takes me a little bit of time. By the time I get out, she is standing there, angry. And I'm like, oh, hi. Like I'm just walking out. I'm not even like recognizing her. She's just standing there, right? And as I walk up, she walks up to me and she's just like, do you think that bathroom is acceptable? I'm just like, what? She's like, do you think that bathroom is acceptable in that state of condition? And I'm like, what? Well, I'm not done with it. And she's like, I saw you go in there and come out. What is your position here? And I'm like, cleaner A. And she's like, do you think that bathroom is acceptable? And I'm just like, well, and I open up the bathroom in front of her. It's like, from what I can see, the toilet is clean. The toilet papers are filled up. The hand towels are filled up. The sink is clean. The floor is clean. What is unacceptable about this toilet to you? And she's just like, please come in and show me. And she's like, I'm not going in there. I have my disabled son. And she's holding on to this like 7-foot tall, mentally hindered individual. Okay. You could just tell by the way his face was talked that he was mentally hindered, and that's okay. That's okay. And the fact that she's taking care of him is great, but the fact that she's being a bitch is not. Okay. I don't need to show you how to do your job. And I'm like, well, everything in here is of acceptable level, stuff like that. Would you like to verbally explain to me what is currently wrong with the thing instead of going in there? And she's like, well, the toilet seat was unacceptable when I went in there. And I'm like, well, I've examined it just so recently. I was just in there, and I walked in there, and I'm examining now. There doesn't seem to be anything that's wrong with the toilet seat. Perhaps when you went in there was. However, perhaps some other client had cleaned it up, or perhaps I cleaned it up in just a swift motion, and it was fine. And she's like, well, like I said, it was unacceptable when I went in there. And she walks away towards my manager's office, okay? She walks away towards my manager's office, and I grab my radio, and I'm just like, hey, just by the way, there is an angry Karen coming your way. And then I put it back down, and here's the rest of the story. I got to get the whole spiel about like what's going on with this lady, okay? So apparently this lady reserved like a spot on our ferry, okay? Now when you reserve a spot on the ferry, that just means you get onto it, guaranteed, okay? So she drives on, and it was unacceptable where I dropped on. I had to walk too far to get to the elevator. And then when she got up onto the ferry, because she got there so late, there was a whole bunch of cars in front of her, which means people got to get out before she got out. So some other people took the seat that she wanted. And it was unacceptable that someone took the proper seating for my son, who needs to be in this position in order to get close to the bathroom. And the bathroom was unacceptable. It was dirty and da-da-da. And then when she was going on over, and it is unacceptable that your vending machines do not take the change that I was putting in. And also, it is unacceptable that we don't have this proper wheelchair accessibility associated with this. And it was unacceptable that the people in the cafeteria didn't accommodate our needs, that we needed this meal for discounts. And it just went on and on and on about these things. And and I need you guys to go down to the luggage things. And I know I put luggage onto luggage, but I need access to my luggage right now that I put in this, you know how when you go on an airplane and you put luggage in the bottom of the airplane? She wanted to get her luggage from out of the bottom of the airplane because she had something in it she wanted. And you not being able to get my luggage right now is unacceptable. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. This lady has something up her ass. And you know what? To be perfectly fair, she was probably stressed out. She was probably having a bad day, and her dropping that change at that moment was probably just because she was stressed. And when you're stressed and stuff like that, bad stuff happens to you. And probably me snickering at that probably set her off. Okay, let's be perfectly frank. And you know what? If a person's having a bad day, I just say, hey, if you're having a bad day, I get that it's easy to vent out to other people, but venting out to other people is unacceptable. Straight up. I get that you're having a bad day, but trying to throw your bad day onto everybody else, that is unacceptable. Straight up. This woman is unacceptable. Yes, exactly. That was her tagline. She kept on using unacceptable. And I'm like, bro, you sound like the lemon from freaking Adventure Time.